How are we all doing? Hope we're all keeping well, staying safe. In today's video, I'm going to discuss with you tips on how to not be that nice guy. Because we've all done it, to all my boys out there, we've all done it, where we've been nice and we try to, be seen as that guy. But really, it's going to affect a lot of things in life. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, the first tip I'll give you is don't people please. So whilst I finish making these pancakes with bacon, just remember, don't waste your time trying to impress people. Just be yourself and do what you want to do at your own pace. Because we're all individual, like I've said before, previously. So just make sure that you are being yourself. Don't try and impress people, because people pleasing is really, really, really bad. And it's such a typical habit for loads of people to get into. I've done it myself personally, but genuinely, it's not worth it. So don't people please. Happy Saturday, peeps. Hope we're all keeping well. Just to let you guys know, in less than 2.5 hours, I'm going to be doing a live Instagram workout. So stay tuned, because after these protein pancakes and bacon, I'll be working out. So there we go, guys. Finished making those pancakes with that naughty bacon right there. What an absolute masterpiece. Now, this second tip I'm about to give you, you can link to tip number 1. But tip number 2 is learn to say no. So when I say learn to say no, literally it can't get any simpler. Learn to say no. If someone, let's say your line manager at your work, is giving you all these different tasks and all of these different responsibilities, and you just keep saying yes and yes and yes, then you begin to people please, but also you're taking on so much stuff where in the moment you say, yeah, that's fine, I'll do that. But deep down, you're not saying no, and therefore it's gonna give you all of these anxieties and all of these worries where you're then thinking, oh shit, I have all this stuff to do and I just can't seem to do it. And because you've taken on so much responsibility, it's going to be really, really hard to shift it and try and get any help, because they'll be like, oh yeah, but surely you can do it. And then you might be like trying to people please, like in tip number 1. You might be like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, I'll try. But this is the thing. You're having all of these thoughts in your head, all these very, very fast-paced thoughts. But you need to take a step back and say, no. I've got a lot on at the moment. I can't do this extra task, so do you mind if you pass on to somebody else? And forget that. You don't even have to justify yourself. Just simply say, I've got a lot on at the moment. I can't do that. It's simple. And the more you do this, the better it'll be. Because if you keep saying yes to things and keep taking on things, you're then going to get into this habit of not saying no. And therefore, it'll be second nature just to say yes, even if you don't want to. Whether that's a conscious decision or an unconscious decision, it'll be second nature. But if you just say no and learn this very, very well, you'll find it'll be a lot easier for you to take on responsibilities and just live life for what it is. I've done exactly the same in the past myself. Years ago, when I first started my job, I kept saying yes and I was always people pleasing. I didn't learn to say no. And I kept saying yes, I'll take on that responsibility, yes, I'll do that, yes, I'll do this, and whatever. And it was only until I took on so much responsibility where it had a physical and mental toll on me, where I was in hospital. And I shouldn't have let it get to that point, but it's because I didn't learn to say no. I kept thinking I have to impress people, and I created these weird scenarios in my head where I have to impress this person, I have to do this, I have to do that for recognition. You don't have to do anything for recognition apart from just be a calm, dignified, mutual respected human being. That's all you've got to do, and that costs nothing. But remember to always put yourself first, and like I said, learn to say no. So, this is not to be confused with being lazy just because you can't be able to do things. So, please don't just say no because you can't be able to do things. Obviously, you need to do things, you need to work, you need to obviously make sure you're doing things and not just being sat there with your thoughts. But like I said, within reason, just make sure you do say no because we all have a limit. I pushed myself to my physical and mental limit back in, what, we're in 2021 now. So back in 2018, I did this. No, screw that. Sorry, 2019. My memory's shocking. No, 2019. Early 2019, I pushed myself to the point where I was going to the gym constantly. I just took on a lot of responsibility out of work. I did a lot of out of work responsibilities as well. I was trying to balance meeting all my friends and everything, and I didn't give myself time to physically and mentally rest. So my advice is learn to say no, because it is honestly one of the best things, the best skills you can learn in your life. Trust me. So my third tip, and again, you can link all these tips today with each other. My third tip is put yourself first. And just like with tip number 2, within reason, put yourself first. So you can be stubborn at times, of course, stand your ground, but don't obviously be self-obsessed, and definitely don't be rude towards other people, because we're all human and respect costs nothing, so remember that. But simply, just be stubborn. If you don't want to do something, like I said, say no. If you feel like there's a lot of pressure, again, just say to somebody, I need some help. So always put yourself first, within reason, of course. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help as well. That's another thing as well. That's a bonus tip. Always ask for help. Because there's times when I need help, and I ask people for help. You know, because we're all about working together as one big community. That's the whole point. So wherever you are, wherever you live, whatever friends or family you have, just ask for help. Because we're not invincible, we're not gods, so we're going to need some help, and that's how we learn. If you don't ask for help and you don't make mistakes, then there's no learning process, because you don't know how to do things. So don't be ashamed in that. Also, just thought I'd just quickly show you guys this. So I live on the edge of a common. I live obviously in Minchin Hampton Common, Box Village. If you look outside, it's beautiful today. It said it was going to rain, but I'm not seeing any rain. So, but just look outside. It's absolutely beautiful. Like, there's a few clouds, but it's mainly just blue sky, and I just think that's absolutely beautiful. And that's why, after I finish this workout and stuff on Instagram Live, I'm going to head out and I'm going to go and get some pictures and see if I can get some nice angles. I tried this morning, but it was quite foggy. So I'm going to head out after this workout, and then we will see what shots we can get. Alrighty then. So let's look at some more comments. Hello guys, how you doing? Give you a nice little wave. Love that, you're doing it with me. No problem. Just keep going with it, okay? Just control your breathing, that's the main thing. Okay? So make sure you got the water, like I said before. Take a few sips if you need it. And we'll do it again. So, nice and quickly, I'll just remind you, if you weren't here at the start, we're going to do a 1 minute warm up, nice and easy, 4 exercises. Okay, just going to do some nice windmills, like this. And that's a wrap on the workout front. So big thank you and much love to all the people who went onto that Instagram Live and watched that workout. I feel so glad I've done that because it was really enjoyable. I've never done a live workout in my life. If you're at a very physical, athletic level, or if you're someone who's not that active, but you just want to do some nice light intensity stuff, this stuff is for you. So I'll leave a nice little list in the description below, so you guys can obviously have a look at that and follow that. But remember, go at your own pace, and the main thing is to try and sustaining it for that time. It's not about, oh, can I do 50 press-ups in 20 seconds? It's about how good are my press-ups in 20 seconds, and can I sustain and be efficient during those 20 seconds? So just remember that, guys. No pressure. But again, big thanks, much love. But now I need to get changed out of this Gymshark stuff because I need to go out. I've also got my my outfit I wore earlier, but I think I might change it. Wear something a bit different. Hey peeps, hope we're all good. Right then, time to turn all this stuff off. So, another tip I thought I'd throw in there, which is a nice bonus one, is always be true and honest with yourself. Now this reason you can put with anything in life, any goal you have, any ambition, any interest, anything. Just make sure you're true and honest with yourself, and you always be truthful in the sense of setting realistic goals, being honest with people about how you feel and how you see things. And just don't lie, don't fabricate any story, just be true and honest with yourself and all of those around you. Because as soon as you're honest and you're truthful, nothing can ever come back negatively on you. So you'll reduce your anxiety levels significantly by being honest and truthful with people and yourself. You'll also be able to think a lot clearer. You'll have a better understanding of things. You can learn things a lot better. You'll be more efficient. So many positives with it. There's tons of positives. So just make sure you really think about that. It's a very important factor that loads of people tend to not really think about. Being honest with everybody, but also themselves. It's so true and so important. The last thing you want to do is lie to yourself or lie to somebody, and then that's when the worst happens. Anxiety builds up. Trust and dignity is lost, and it's just such a pointless battle. Just be honest with yourself and other people, and you'll definitely get places. Trust me. So, I'm now going to go ahead over to my girlfriend's gaff. And do you know what? I've had this little LED light for a long time, and I don't know why I never thought of using it now, because you guys can see me a lot better than in previous videos. So I'll definitely keep it on, and I'm just going to go for a bit of a nice lengthy drive on the way back, really. So that'd be nice. I literally feel like I'm one of those guys off of Top Gear or Car Wow. You've got the camera there, you've got the camera situated there, and the light on. It's not actually that distracting at all, to be fair. It feels quite normal. I've never driven with this light on before. So, but it is legal, because it's not an interior light. An interior light would be one of these. But it's not an interior light, so it's legal. But yeah, it just feels quite natural, to be fair. I'm not gonna lie, my dream job is actually to be a car journalist, but you know, you gotta make compromises in life. And that's also another tip I can throw in there. Always learn from changes that happen. Don't see change as a negative, because sometimes things change and we don't like change. Trust me, when I was a kid, I hated the word change. I hated anything at all that would change. But honestly, learn from it. Even if you don't like that change that's happened in life. Like I've said in one of my previous videos before, if you can change something for the better, change it. But if you can't change something, learn how to adapt to it. Even if that's very difficult, you don't want to. Or you don't know how to, but just go and ask for help. Like I said earlier, nothing wrong with a bit of help. Do like a good old drive mind. And if you have a car, definitely use it. Yeah, your fuel cost will be a little bit higher, but just go with the flow. Don't isolate yourself. Although to be fair, in this coronavirus situation, I suppose they do say only essential travel. But I personally suggest, when you go to the shop for your essential shopping, just take a bit of a scenic route, because it is quite annoying, yes, or you might find it more upsetting. I find it more upsetting than I do annoying, to be fair, personally. But whenever I go to the shop, I go on the way out from work, but now I'll go for like a bit of a detour, just because I don't want to go straight home. Because I know if I go straight home, I'm just going to sit there and yes, I get all my coursework, having been on 3 courses, or I do some work-related stuff, but you've got to learn to just separate from reality a little bit. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Please leave a like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications so you don't miss a new upload, and of course, please be safe out there, especially with COVID, and of course, be self-made. Much love, peeps. See you later.
I already done it, and I got your little boo telling me she love me. I got this one, damn, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah, I said, damn, it's gonna be a long night. Yeah, let's go.